So welcome ladies to your morning ritual where we're moving the body and we're connecting with our chakras and unblocking them at the same time. So this is not instead of the gym, this is not a full workout, it's not an exercise regime. All we're doing here is actually creating mobility in the body for those of us who just sit at a desk for hours on end. And we're also releasing our chakras as we go with each exercise. We're working specifically on a particular chakra. And we're giving ourselves mobility, and we're also working our lymphatic system. So everything we're doing, we're helping squeeze and push those toxins around our body. So make sure that you drink plenty of water afterwards, because this isn't about thirst, it's about releasing toxins, okay? So if you have any injuries, then please just listen to your body. If anything's hurting, don't continue doing it. Just either do a much smaller version of it, or if it's hurting completely, then don't go ahead with it at all. It's only really the first couple of exercises that may hurt you if you've got knee issues, but we can work around that. I'll give you alternatives. So without further ado, we're going to move into working our base chakra, our root chakra, okay? Every exercise that I'm working is really helping to release any energy that might be blocked. So we're opening up that area, and we're also putting mobility within that area as well. Okay, so we're starting off with, in yoga, it's a warrior pose, albeit I'm not doing the traditional, I'm not a yoga instructor, I'm a more personal trainer, and I'm going to do what I feel will work for us. It's not a yoga class. However, I'm using elements of yoga purely because they work on the chakras. But I also want to strengthen and get mobility in it a little bit as well. So take your left leg forward, take your right leg back, and I want you to come down and drop that back knee if you can. Now you should be feeling it in your front glute. You're going to put your hands out like a pistol, and we're going to turn in the same direction as your front knee. Okay, so you're feeling that twist and mobility coming along in your lower back. You could also feel it in your abs as well, but we really want to open up and move your lower back. So it's quite a strong exercise if you get down low with it, but work your way into this. If you haven't exercised for a while, or if you've got injuries, then you can just stand like this and twist. Okay, so that's another option. So once you do 10 of those, we're going to swap legs, and we're going to do exactly the same thing on the next leg. So we're going to turn around and come back. Turn around and come back. So remember, as I say, this isn't like a gym session. It's not like a workout. All I'm doing here is releasing any blocks that you may have in your energy system, and also giving you mobility for when you're sitting at your desk for hours on end. And thirdly, working the lymphatic system so that we're really helping to release those toxins as we go. So after this workout or movement class, I want you to drink lots of water. Okay, one more of those. Perfect. So with root chakra, another way that really helps support it is connecting with the earth. So whether you go for really lovely walks in nature, or whether you just go outside and just connect with Mother Nature, connect with the earth, and that really does help support your root chakra. So secondly, we're moving on to sacral, just below the belly button. So here we're coming back into a low lunge now. So you can just hold there, and you're just going to drop down. And again, if you have problems with your knees, then I just want you to hold it and just rock forwards and backwards. Otherwise, you're going to come down, stay down, and pulse for 10. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Well done. Good. Change legs, and you'll notice that you're really stretching out your hip flexors here, and also opening up this area here. Okay, so there's method in madness with every exercise that we're doing. So you come down into your low lunge and drop just for 10. This is all all about setting you up for the day. You can add this to the end of your gym session if you go to the gym or if you go for a run, or if not, this is just 10 minutes that anybody can fit time to do, and you'll start feeling really good about it. Fantastic. So sacral chakra, this is connected with water. So that helps support it. So whether you've got a body of water around you, or even if you go have a bath and have a beautiful magnesium bath with different essential oils, that will help support your sacral chakra as well. So moving on to solar plexus. This is just beneath your ribs, and you will know exactly what all these chakras represent because I would have told you. So coming down into plank, making sure you can see me. Again, two versions. If you're feeling strong enough, your elbows are directly underneath your shoulders, then you take your feet out and toes are directly underneath your heels. And we're going to hold that for 30 seconds, drawing up the whole of your abdominal area, squeezing, drawing it into your spine. Now, if that's too difficult, you can come onto your knees and do the same thing. Okay, so that's an easier version. And then hopefully you can gradually, over the days or weeks, work up to a full plank. 10 more seconds. And slowly release, well done. Okay, solar plexus. What gives that connection? What gives that support? It's the sun. So if you can get out into the sun, then please do so. So if not, go into a visualization and just visualize you're lying in the sun. The brain actually doesn't know, I mean, apart from the vitamin D and the warmth, but the brain doesn't actually know what's true and what isn't. It just believes what you tell it. So if you can't get into the sun, if it's a cloudy day or a cold day, then you can just sit there and visualize a big yellow ball, and that certainly will help as well. So now we're moving into heart chakra. So here we're going to move into push-ups, and what I want you to do is take your arms fairly wide. If you have a mat, or the size of a mat, just take your hands either side. Unless you're feeling really strong, I want you to stay on your knees. You spread your fingers, you bring your weight forward, and we're just going to do 10 push-ups. So down and up, and as you go down, you'll notice how your pecs, your chest muscles are opening up, and then as you push up, they're squeezing together. And what we're doing here, we're giving space into our heart chakra, allowing us to release anything that isn't serving us, and then we're closing it up and working the muscles to support it. Good, 2 more. Now, of course, as time goes by, if you're really enjoying this, you can obviously extend what you're doing, but at the moment, we will just keep it at 10 reps on each. So your heart chakra, that is a green chakra, that's color green, and that is associated with nature. So again, if you need your heart supported, and with the more meditations, the more stuff you do within this particular program, you'll actually start feeling what chakra is blocked, what one isn't, what needs support, what doesn't. And you can start adding these elements and supporting it, and just feeling alive, feeling more energized and feeling more confident, which is what we obviously all want to do when we're starting the day out for our business, to have clarity and confidence, because we get so much more done. So moving on now to our throat chakra. Now this is all about, if we're in business, particularly if it's online, there can be a lot of negative self-talk going on, and guess where we hold it all? We hold it all in our throat chakra, which then blocks and gives us issues in speaking our truth and getting out there and sharing what our genius zone is. So we're going to, and also when we're on the computer, our necks get really tight too. So what we're going to do is stretch our neck. So just relax your shoulders. Take your ear to your shoulder. Bring it back up. Same side. We'll do this for 10. And again, feeling that stretch coming all the way from your top of your head, really, about here, all the way down through to your shoulder. And again, we're opening up our throat chakra as well as releasing any tension in our neck and our shoulders and the other side. Opening everything up and just prepping us for the day. My upper back is the one thing that tightens on me when I do too much work on the laptop, so this is a great exercise to bring in. Good. And 10, well done. Okay, so supporting this, the colour blue, the colour of the chakra, and if you wear a blue scarf, a blue necklace, or even blue clothes, it's a really empowering colour for speech and communication. So yeah, if you're feeling that you need to get out there and share the world what you have, share your gifts, wear blue because it will give you confidence to speak. It will work with your throat chakra. So now we're moving on to our third eye. So we're going to sit on the floor, kneel on the floor actually, and bring your butt to your heels. Then you're going to spread your arms in front and you will feel a stretch all the way from the base of your spine, so from your root chakra. And then you're going to place your head on the floor if you can, or get it as low as you can. Just hold it there and be still. You'll actually feel all the muscles starting to relax. And you'll start to feel a flow coming up from your root chakra into your third eye. Just holding it there for a second. And then coming back up. So our third eye, what connects that? What supports that? Breath work is fantastic for that. So basically, the less monkey chatter we have in our mind, the more intuition we have, the more our third eye works. So by doing breath work, even if it's just breathing in for 5, out for 7, or box breathing, breathing in for 4, hold for 4, out for 4, hold for 4, that just basically quietens you down. And once that's quietened down, once the monkey chatter has left you, which if thoughts come back in, that's fine, acknowledge them and let them go. But once everything is quietened down in your mind, that's when your intuition really starts to work for you. And again, the colour indigo, think of that. And it's a very, very calming colour, and you really do gain clarity when you do that. Okay, so finally we're moving on to crown chakra, and here we are going to do just a forward bend. Aim to touch the floor. If you can't, don't worry, but just start with your hands on your thighs. If you have back issues here, what I want you to do is take your feet wide and just arch and hollow, so you're doing a standing cat stretch. Otherwise, you can stand with your feet hip distance apart, and we're coming all the way down and flat back and just touch the floor. Then slide your hands all the way back up, head high to the sky, and then slide down again, flat back, and touch the floor. So here, on a physical sense, you're feeling your stretch coming all the way from your Achilles up through the backs of your legs, your calves and hamstrings, then stretching out all down your sacrum, along your spine, all the way up to the base of your head. We're going to do this one more time. And down. And on a spiritual sense, what we're doing is we're actually releasing any blocks that run through the whole of our system into the earth. So our feet are planted safely on the earth. And like I say, we're almost pumping it through. So we're lifting up, and like you would have a hose pipe, when you fold it, it gets blocked, but then as soon as you open it, the pressure releases it. And this is what we're doing here. So we're just releasing from head to toe everything that we have. Now I'm going to give you just a couple more tips for during the day. If you're feeling a little bit tired, you've been on the computer screen, your eyes are tired, you're feeling tired, what I want you to do is rub your hands together as fast as you can until you've created a rill of heat within your hands. Now, depending if it's a hot day or a cold day, will depend on how quickly you can do this. But I want you to get so much heat in your hands, and then what you're going to do is place your hands over your eyes. Just close your eyes and just let that heat, let that energy move in through to your eyes, allowing them to rest, but also feeding them energy as they do so. And then open them and feel so much brighter. And another thing you can do is do exactly the same thing, and this time you pop it on your kidneys and adrenals, and that works the same way. So I hope you've enjoyed that little bit every single day. Just keep that movement going and know that it's working your chakras. It's a workout for your chakras. It's not a workout necessarily for your muscles. It's movement and chakra clearing. So I will leave you with that. You can always DM me or email me if you've got any more questions, and good luck, and go and become unstoppable. And one more thing, as you about to sit down on your desk, stand up in front of it and do this. And I know that sounds ridiculous, but that's why every super person does this. Every superhero does this. It's the power pose. And for some reason, however it's working, it actually creates confidence within the body and within the mind. So step out, superhero lady. Hold on to your hips, bring your elbows out. Become the unstoppable superwoman that you really are. Take care.